Yo, so welcome back to another tier list, and today I'm going to be updating y'all with the new best Schirfts / Volts to you because a lot of nerfs and buffs have been going on very recently. I don't know if y'all know that or not. And before we start this list is purely off my experience of the fights that I've had and the knowledge of the update log. So if you guys have any opinions, please leave them down below and I would love to hear them. So getting straight in, there are going to be two parts to this video because I know a lot of y'all just care about the Volts, like the actual Volt mode. So yeah, just go ahead and skip to part 2 because you ain't got nothing to do right here. So the first rating will be Schirfts and then I'll rate the Volts after. So starting with the Schirfts, Iron, a lot of people say Iron is really bad for a common Schrift, but Iron is actually insanely goated and does a lot of damage. And also the build you're running with most of these can also play a huge role in gameplay, but I have used this with Hakata and it's an insane Schrift. Also has a true combo. So if you go into the G move that grabs and then do the T that does the kicks, and you can also follow up with Tour Reach or a Shori, which actually I ain't gonna lie, I'm gonna put this shit at A tier because it's insanely good, bro. Moving on to Win, I say this one really is not all that great. The T move is purely for support, which allows you to give your teammates auto parry if you didn't know that. But if you don't have friends, this is not for you at all. And for the G move, it's really not that hard to counter once you have the timing down, like after a few hits of them using it. And even if it still does hit you, you have a lot of time to counter it before they start their next move. So in general, just because it's support, I'm gonna put this shit at C tier because I'm not using it, nobody else is using it, so fuck it. All right, so moving on to power, I'm not entirely sure what moves power does, but I can say for sure I've rarely seen anyone use this shit at all, so it must be hot ass. And if not, definitely doesn't scale above B tier. So I'm gonna just leave it in its rightful spot because I know it's better than the wind and flame, so fuck it. Now moving on to fear, as not, I ain't gonna lie, I hear a lot of people say nobody uses fear, and I'm not sure why at all because fear is insane if you time it right, but you can also pair it really easily, so it has its pros and cons. I ain't gonna lie, some of y'all might be right, but fear really depends on the skill level of the player using it on and also the way you're using it. So if you're using Hakata and fear, it can be deadly. I ain't gonna lie, it can be insane. So we're gonna put this at the bottom of A tier. I ain't gonna lie because I'm biased. All right, next up is compulsory. I ain't never seen this shit too, just like power, but compulsory is really good from what I heard if you know how to use it. But with that being said, if you don't have keto to back it up, you're cooked. All right, next up we have is miracle. And I ain't gonna lie, after I obtained the Volt, I was kind of cocky as hell that my Volt was actually really strong. And now that I think of it, it's only good because it has revives. It isn't good at all. It's for boss rating really, but it's a weak type of boss rating, like it does no damage. So with that being said, I mean, just because it is an S tier, I'm gonna put it at its rightful spot. All right, we ain't really gotta say much for heat. We already know where it belongs. It's obviously better than wind. The Volt, I'm not so sure about that, but the same thing goes for heat as wind. But the only thing is that heat is damage and wind is support, so it makes it a tad bit better, but it's still in the same level. Visionary is, it's really best for distance, and really the only build you can get with distance is Quincy Keto, which enhances the Schrift itself because you're already at a huge advantage. But if you ain't using keto and you probably got speed or something, it could be good with speed too because obviously speed is really dead, but in general your speed build is just gonna do no fucking damage at all, so I guess it's kind of ass. Moving on to glutton, I'm gonna be so biased with glutton, not gonna lie, please don't bash me for this, but this is by far my favorite Schrift in the game due to the fact that everything it does deals hella damage. And a lot of people don't like the glutton ball, saying they miss it all the time, and that's because they're really not lining it up at all, or they're completely bad at the game. Like I didn't know we were playing plastic bag 2 ranked. So we gonna put this shit at the top of S tier. And if you're using Thunderbolt, just get the fuck on somewhere, I ain't gonna lie. All right, now for the Volts edition, we're basically gonna speed run it, so we're gonna put everything back in its rightful spot. So we're gonna put Thunder right there, we're gonna put Heat right here, Wind right there, because I mean Wind does a lot of stun damage, but Heat is obviously just way better. Iron is still at its rightful spot. Compulsory gets hot as. Fear is above Iron at this point. Miracle's in the same spot. Glutton's way higher than Miracle. Visionary is hot ass, I ain't gonna lie. Visionary's Volt is hot ass. Power's Volt is at B tier. So that's basically pretty much it for you. I ain't even gonna explain why they're like that. Just that's even if you can get the Voltstanding, and half of this shit don't even matter, to be honest with you. As long as you got Glutton, Miracle, or Fear, you're good. So yeah, that's really all I have for you guys today. If you guys did find this video interesting, and if you need a Shikai or a Rankar edition, click the videos on my channel and you will see an exact copy like this. And yeah, I'll see you guys in the next one. Later.